Hello and welcome to your readings for this week of October 25th, 2015. So something that I didn't put in my initial post about this reading this week is that we have a full moon on Tuesday, and that's in Taurus, and it is in opposition to the sun that will be in Scorpio. So I'm going to include a link when I put up with this reading that I'm putting up to a great report that Sonia Francis did, the astrologer coach, on YouTube, and I think it gives great information and insight about this. A full moon is always a time to illuminate an area of life where we can bring more balance in, and so with Taurus and Scorpio, it's really bringing more balance to your sense of self-worth and your most loving and intimate of relationships. It's bringing balance into that area because Taurus is really a love of all things in our material life here on earth, and really feeling a sense of strong self-worth and sort of the abundance of life. And Scorpio really takes a look at kind of the deeper aspects of our life, and so very intimate details, the inner chamber, if you will. And the sun is illuminating that, and the full moon is illuminating Taurus. So I'd love for you to check out Sonia's report. I think it's really helpful. But what your teams, when I was pulling the cards and selecting them, and they chose 5 this week, which we haven't had in a while. So I'll try to keep these brief. But they really made it clear this is their theme that they encourage you to embrace in the coming week for our beloved, is the way they specifically put it. And then they really focused on that word, beloved. Be loved, where there is so much love streaming at us all the time, even in forms that don't look like love on the outside. Really challenging circumstances, challenging people getting in your face. They're all opportunities to meet it with grace and peace in your heart, and to know that you stand in your light. You are an embodiment of light, and that you can be that strong source of light even in those times when it doesn't seem possible. So these are kind of the themes based on the card that you chose, that they're wanting to bring forth for you this week in that context. So for those that chose this card here, which was first up, which I'm trying to remember what the name of this deck is. This is not a deck I use very often. I'm not really drawn to it that much, but I use it for my clients. And I honestly can't remember the name of the deck. I'll have to post that. But this is the card that shows up. Broken Heart. And what they're telling me here is the theme to embrace this coming week for you is that your broken heart is sealed if you believe it to be so. When you think about grace and living in your own integrity and the love of self, so that you can bring more love to others, that heart is truly sealed up. So you may have experienced some heartache in recent days, weeks, months, years. But notice that the tear is dropping off. The times of that are over, and it's time to move on, is what they're saying. It's time to move past that, to really seal that broken place, seal it off, and to say, I'm stronger for that. You know, this heart is sort of beaten up a little bit. It's been through some trials, obviously. But the sad times are over. I mean, here's this tear falling away. And it's time to move on, is what they're saying. And time to consider it a new day. And with the full moon energy, it's a great time to embrace that. So just think about that theme as you're going through the week. They say these messages in the most positive of ways to you, not in a punitive, like you need to, but rather just giving you another perspective to think about, that life is getting better all the time. And even those circumstances that cause that broken heart, especially in those circumstances, it's really, truly all love coming at you, as crazy as that may sound. It's an opportunity for you to love yourself and love that other no matter what. That's the beauty and the power of grace, which has become an incredibly important word in my life. So that's for that card there. This card, again, I can't remember the name of this deck because I don't use it very much, but it's a fairly new deck to me that I got at the American Society of Dowsers. And these are glyphs, so they're drawings that are empowering when you look at them, and they come with an affirmation on them. So I'm going to read the affirmation, but this is the glyph, and it's for chakras. And so chakras are the spinning centers of energy in our body. They're not physical, you can't physically see them, but that is how we process energy in our body. And they align with different parts, different internal organs and systems within our physical body. So what I'm getting here, it says on the card, this glyph can clear and align all major chakras and the navel chakra, which that's where your inner child lives, is at the sacral. And the affirmation is, Creator, with your help and guidance, I align all of my chakras, clear them of any afflictions, and repair any disfigurement. I see them restored to perfect balance. Thank you, God, for your divine guidance. So for those that chose this card, what I'm getting is that your team, in terms of be loved, be willing to receive the love. Know that you are an energy body that is made up of these 7 centers. It's shown here. These are rainbow in color, moving up from the root, which is at your tailbone, up to the very top of your head, which is the crown. Each center has a certain meaning and function. And just know, it's not even important that you understand about chakras per se, but know that you are this multi-dimensional being that is very intricate in your makeup, and how you have levels of your energy field, and those align with the chakras, different chakras, and you're taking in this energy. And this is how we literally process love, the vibration of love, which has an actual Hertz number to it. It's how to realize that there's more going on here than just either somebody giving you a hug, paying you a compliment, pissing you off, whatever it is that raises up emotion and thought. There's processing of energy that is happening. And so the more you can realize that there is a very complex set of circumstances at play as you go about your daily life in every moment. I mean, right now, I'm taking in energy and processing it from nature because I'm choosing to sit out here. So this is what it's a broader understanding of the immense complexity of how we take in stimuli and energy from our environment. And just to kind of give yourself a break. Give yourself a break, and don't be so hard on yourself that you're taking it all in through these many centers and layers of your energy field. And the part that's up to you is how you choose to look at that, how you choose to react. And so considering that phrase, be loved, know that really everything coming into your field and through those chakras is love. Even the stuff that doesn't look like it. It is, because it is stimulating you to look through that lens of grace and love, knowing that you're good right where you're at. And the more of that love lens that you're able to put on and see things as love as they come in through your chakras, the more you expect that, the more it happens, and things really start looking like love. You know, the things that don't look like love as much start to disappear. So, yeah, the chakra system is very amazing. Totally amazing how that works. Okay, for this deck, I do know the name of the Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue. For those that chose this card, you have the Two of Water here. And you'll see these two beings, I believe them to be an intimate type of relationship down beneath, you know, in the depths of the ocean. The message on her card says, a relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, the positive resolution of a conflict. So in terms of be loved, it's all love coming at you, from a book that I absolutely love. Know that relationships that may have been a source of conflict in the past, this is really a reflective week, the more I think about it, which makes sense with the full moon. Your team is sort of saying, know that, I mean, really take a look back at those relationships that may have been a source of conflict, that they've come into a new place now when you look back on it. And these could be current relationships that you have as well, but you can actually see how some relationships may have been, you know, really tenacious at one point, and now you're actually seeing eye to eye, and it's a whole new perspective that's come about. Like, you just see each other so differently all of a sudden, and you respect each other. There's a mutual respect there. That's what I'm getting when I look at this card. And just that maybe you don't do things exactly the same way, but that you can appreciate the way that they're doing it, with the experience that they have and the viewpoint that they have, and to know that it's all good. It's love, always be loved. Love coming at you no matter what. And even with people that you don't see eye to eye with, to know that they're doing the best they can with what they know. And I'm not saying that judgmentally. I'm saying that in terms of just everybody's got different types of experiences from this life as well as past lives. And that all, in many instances, comes packaged together when you incarnate. So I just feel like for those that chose this card, you've come into an awareness that's a little different. And to really celebrate that. Your team is celebrating that with you. Like, well done. You know, you've come into a place of more harmony, which is what we're all searching for as we move along in this life. So that's interesting. Then the lightning bolt here, this is from the animal medicine deck that I have. And with this deck, I do go by when reverse meanings come up, meaning the card is in a reverse position. So this card came up as the ant energy, but in reverse. The ant energy is about patience and diligence. You can imagine how hard ants work to build their structures and their, you know, whatever their organization is. They sort of work together and they build it, and even if it gets torn down, we're going to go back and build it. Like, it's just really a level of patience that's really pretty incredible what they're able to do. And when it's in reverse, there's a need to, you know, your team is sort of bringing forth here a need to believe in the magic of the universe. I don't want to use that word need, but just an encouragement rather, to just see that the universe is truly working in your favor. I know that that does not seem likely at some times when we're not feeling our best or not seeing good behavior from others or whatever. But truly this concept of be loved, accept love and know that it is streaming to you. We as humans in our 3D existence here often are the ones who block it from coming to us because we're hanging on to a perception of thinking about something in a certain way, a programmed methodology that we're putting onto something else and saying, oh, it's got to be like this, because that's all we've ever known in our existence. But you might ask somebody else that same question and they have a very different viewpoint on it, and it can be kind of refreshing to hear that. So with the ant in reverse, it's just really I think it's about trusting the universe, that the universe is bringing you, your source, your team, the bigger part of you, the most expanded part of you wants thriving for you. They don't want suffering. The most expanded part of you, your higher self, wants you to succeed and to have abundance of whatever level you choose. In all parts of life, not just money, but health and otherwise. So just know that that streams to you no matter what. Be loved. It's always love coming in, and how you choose to react or what you choose to let in too is up to you. That's the piece that we're responsible for. So the last card here is from the messages from your animal spirit guides. And this is the boar energy. The boar. And what this says here is, face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious. I cannot tell you how many people, and I'm one of them, that this has been the major shift since that eclipse, and even back into August, where this particular theme has really shifted and expanded, like exploded is really a better word, where you just step up and you're just yourself, and you see a problem, you make a plan, you go at it, and you just have this level of confidence that I know what I need to do here. I know what feels right in my heart. So in terms of the be loved theme, to just know that you are really working within your highest capacity when you take on that persona of truly having confidence and knowing that you know the answer deep within you. When you take a minute, if you're in a situation, you take 3 deep breaths. That allows you to sink into the heart space. And you say to yourself, what do I want to do here? How do I want to react to this? What do I really think about this? Instead of something happens and you just go. And it can be overwhelming joy and excitement too. Not just always sort of this attacking mode, but to know that you have the confidence and the courage to respond in any way that feels right, that's heart-centered. It's coming from that place of grace, of knowing that there is a peace within you in that heart chamber, that heart space. When you come from there, you will always be victorious. You're never not going to be victorious because you're coming from a soul perspective. And there's nothing better than that. There's nothing more high vibrational than that. So just always try to face things head on. Don't let them fall through the cracks and let them get under the leaves. I'm looking at the leaves here. Get under the leaves and kind of rot away, because it's eventually going to come back up again. So you're facing things head on, but you're doing it in a heart-centered way, that you know how you feel about certain things, and you know how you want what you want for others at the same time. And as long as you're coming from that heart space, you're golden. So having the confidence to accept your own love and wisdom that's within you, which can only be beneficial to other people. So until next week, I will stop now. I've talked a long time. Until next week, I wish you good vibrations. Have a great week.